there is your grid then. So Bamli, 32 flat, only a 10th quicker than the Flying Finn in second, with Evo in third, with TRL Limitless in fourth, with STS F1 Alonso 14 in fifth place. VBR Raikkonen in 6th. Noble, surprisingly, down in 7th place, 6 tenths off the fastest time, which is quite a surprise, actually, for Noble to be down that low. But hopefully we can see him on his race pace. Tirat Mod, pretty good job for him in P8 in the Haas, with Murphy in 9th, and Nopals completes the top 10, and the rest of the field is on your screen right there. So, early indications, it seems that we could be in for quite an interesting Grand Prix here. Just round to go now. The lights are on, and here we go then. 5 red lights for the first round of the Esports Series on F1 2017. We are away here in China, and Bamli gets a great start off the line in the Renault. As a good start from the Flying Finn as well. He's got the inside line going into turn 1. Is he going to get the move stick? No, he doesn't. Bamli holding it brilliantly on the outside in the Renault, and it's going to be very close. The wheel banging, the Ferrari's gone off in the background as well, but Bamli holding very nicely, defending brilliantly there to hold on to the lead of the Grand Prix, but Flying Finn still in the midst as well. TRL Limitless up to 3rd place already, and Alonso also up to 4th in the McLaren. But Matt, what a good start as well. Good clean from the entire field as well. And actually, Limitless is trying to make a move on the Flying Finn, actually. So, Matt, do you want to take us through that?
Yeah, Limitless trying to have a look down the inside in towards the S section here. Is he going to be able to get the car through? They're still side by side. Finn will have the inside for the second part of the sector, but then into the double left-hander once again. Limitless will have the inside here, so a lot of track position changing, and Limitless seems to be down the inside there. He squeezes Finn out wide off the circuit there and does make that move stick. So TRL Limitless up into P2
and Alonso,
the McLaren Honda. Alonso trying to look down the inside of his brother there as well, but unfortunately he's not able to make that move stick. But Limitless going for that move has massively helped out Bamli. You know, he's already got sort of a 3 car length advantage as they come onto the long back straight here, all slipstreaming, trying to get as good run as possible.
And I've got to say, the big mover is VBR Raikkonen P4. He's a great start for him in there, and he's under pressure then from, and he's locked up, I think, and he's gone very wide into the hairpin. Luckily avoids any cars and comes back on safely, but he's gone from 4th to 7th at the end of the first lap. And Noble, you got to say, he's keeping it very calm in P5 at the minute, so he's made a little bit of ground. He is in P9.
Down the field. He is down into P9 there, so actually not too sure what's happened to Finn there. I must have missed something from his screen, but yeah, Noble trying to apply pressure to STS F1 Alonso as they come through the second snaking sector. All of the guys getting a lot of counter steer there, you know, trying to push the car to the absolute limits in the early stages of this race.
Indeed. Luckily for Alonso, the DRS is not enabled yet. On the next lap it will, so he may be under pressure from Noble, but you got to say, I think Noble's just going to keep it cool at the minute. It's still, 27 laps to go, so he's got plenty of time to make ground here, but these aren't that far away for him, so he's going to be thinking at this point, it's still a long way to go. He can pick up the pace as Limitless gets the fastest lap of the race, by the way, with 36.1, and the gap at the front is only half a second, so Bamli's starting to lose a little. Maybe the tyres are going off for him. Maybe he's gone for an aggressive setup on his tyre wear. We will wait and see, because the setups are crucial on this game in terms of your tyre life and degradation. So we'll see who blinks first, who's going to try and do an undercut, who's going to try the overcut strategy. We will wait and see, because obviously the new tyre regulations, of course, makes this season unpredictable for strategies. People may try and do 1, some may do 2 stops. We'll have to wait and see, but Bamli really starting to lose a little bit of grip in those tyres, on the rears especially. The car dancing all over the place in that start of the second sector, so maybe he's struggling that, maybe he's having issues in the first sector, maybe second sector is more comfortable, so...
I've just seen the first spots of rain, actually. I'm not too sure if that's just a bit of a weird glitch on my screen there, but I think actually, yes, it is raining in the early stages of this Grand Prix, so this is really going to change up the whole race entirely. Limitless all over the back of Bamli, so maybe, you know, he's got a little bit more confidence in these damper conditions here, and with the DRS it should still be enabled. This could be an ultimate run for TRL Limitless here. Bamli, he's going to try and hold a normal line. Limitless tries to look to the outside there, but absolutely nowhere for him to go. And down in towards the next braking zone, he's just going to be alongside, brakes a little bit later into the corner, parks it nicely on the apex there. A bit of contact as he tries to squeeze Bamli out there, but Limitless now leads the Chinese Grand Prix here, and this, you know, from, I think it was P4, P5 on the grid, and he had the slipstream as well. DRS, yep, he still can use that here. But Finn has got DRS from Raikkonen ahead of him there, but he's not going to have it anywhere near as much slipstream here. Evo going to have a look down the inside there, brakes ever so slightly later, locking up both front wheels there. But Finn, he's going to try and go for the switchback there. Is Finn going to be able to make this work? I don't know.
And he's actually coming to the pits, actually. So, Tio Liminus, the first man to pit then of the race leaders, and is Alonso in? Alonso is in as well. Is Noble pitting as well? He is indeed. Bamley, everyone's pitting. Literally every single one of the top 5 are in the pit lane right now. We're going to focus on Tio Liminus then, as he's going to be going in to his pit box, on a long way for Limitless in the Sauber box. And here we go then.
You know, Team Marduk lost 2 seconds in the middle sector alone on that set of on the set of intermediates. So I think, to be honest, at the moment, Lee might have made a good strategy call here. Icebergs on the set of mediums, going to have a look down the inside of STSF on Alonso here. Unfortunately, he has to back out of the move for now, but we'll have to wait and see if he has got a lot more grip than the cars around him here. Lee playing it very risky at the moment. Sorry, Limitless playing very risky at the moment. Then Noble on a set of mediums as well has just gone right around the outside of Icebergs there, but Noble and Limitless opting to go on the set of mediums. Alonso opted to go on a set of inters, so it's all massively strategy difference at the moment.
But I will say, Alonso is catching up to Noble very quickly, and he's on the back of him actually. He's about under a second actually, so could we see now the top 2 of Limitless and Noble pitting this lap? They surely have to react now to these intermediate runners, especially Tio Limitless.
Well, yeah, Alonso, as Noble, runs wide there, out of the corner, Alonso is just going to pounce on that opportunity and move up into P2 of the Grand Prix, but he took over 2 seconds out of Limitless in the final sector of the last lap alone. Obviously, Limitless did make that mistake as well, but he's taken out about another 7/10 in the first few corners, in the first sector of this lap. But yeah, Noble making a couple of little mistakes there and to fight the car so much. Lee now just going to have an open door entirely to move up past the inside of the Mercedes. They're nearly making contact between the pair of them there, but Noble has, unfortunately, the intermediate tyres have now completely overtaken in terms of raw pace.
Just about there, and there's a little bit of contact there, but nothing too serious. No damage, as you can see, and Limitless goes down the inside of Kinky and now has a clear run now to try and hunt down the next man ahead of him, which I believe is ESR Ryan.
P7 at the moment. I just watched Finn go for a move down the inside of VBR Raikkonen, and now, if you go on board with Flying Finn, he is about to go up against Noble 2909, 5-time AOR champion versus 2-time AOR champion. This was the battle everyone, I think, wanted to see, and although it's probably not in the positions anyone really expected, fighting over single points at the moment, this could still be an absolutely titanic battle, Ryan. So if you stay on board with that, I'll have a look back up the field, see if there's still any changing going on.
Indeed, and a lot of people over Twitter have been talking about these 2 drivers. These 2 are probably the 2 best drivers on the Xbox, in my personal opinion. You've got, as you mentioned, a 5-time AOR champion, and the Flying Finn, a 2-time AOR champion as well. And obviously very talented at what they do. Of course, Noble is taking part in the World's Fastest Gamer event. He's in the finals for that, so obviously we wish him the best of luck for that. And obviously a veteran of AOR, so he's been very kindly invited back into this. And also Flying Finn as well. Also, you've got to mention VBR Raikkonen keeping a little close eye on this battle between the 2 Mercedes. Hopefully we won't see a Nico Rosberg-Hamilton moment that we saw in Spain in 2016. We hope not to see it, as he's actually got DRS actually on Noble, and he's going to go and attempt the outside, but no, he's going for a late lunge into the inside line. What a move from the Flying Finn, and moves ahead of Noble, but Noble has a good exit as well. They're going to go side by side into the last corner. Who's going to blink first? Flying Finn goes into the pits actually.
Make all the difference, but Limitless is looking strong, and if Alonso gets past him this lap, then Limitless will have a chance to go back at him on the final lap of the Grand Prix. I sort of wanted to talk about Tim Marduk as well. He's obviously got Icebergs and So Kinky still just behind him. Icebergs actually lost out to So Kinky last lap, and I think he might try and pile on the pressure to Ben as well at the moment. But I think Ben is holding on quite nicely, and I think we sort of want to try and focus as much as we can on the guys right at the very front. Bamley and NRL Evo. Evo's closed back in actually on these last couple of laps, so he's piling on the pressure still, but I think it's going to be these 2 unless they make contact on the final lap that are going to come through. Lee actually runs wide, so if you focus on them, I'll have a quick look through the penalties.
And he actually gets the fastest lap. Actually, Evo gets the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. On to the last lap then. The gap is 1.1 seconds, so there could be another twist in the tail maybe commentator's curse could come in here if I mentioned that Lee could have a puncher, which they don't want, as Alonso now pops into the 34s, and he's going to try and get... He's actually got past Limitless, actually,
yeah,
Matt,
he got past him, I think, down the straight, I would imagine. So Limitless, you know, if he can stay very close to him, he will still have a chance, you know, on the final back straight of this race. But yeah, I think there's so much to focus on. We got Evo closing in on Lee for the win. We've got Limitless and Alonso still right next to each other. Ryan, I think, is being close. I don't think he'll get actually... No, he won't. Finn, sorry, he's about 9 seconds still behind him there. But 2 big battles right at the very front for a lot of points on offer here. But I think, to be honest, Evo is looking at it like he's made a bit of a mistake. So he's dropped back from Bam Lee. But I think Alonso and Limitless is going to be the action we want to stay on board with for the final half a lap of this Chinese Grand Prix.
We're going to go to the leaders then. Here they come then, as they're coming to the final sector. And I think Lee has got this in the bag, I feel. I think Evo's too far back. And I think now they'll just take it easy here. We know Lee's going to be in a great shot here of the semi-finals, getting the full for first place, of course, in the points. And there's a little bit of a lock-up there. And actually, Evo gets very, very close. But here comes Bam Lee then into the final corner. And he will be the first winner of the first round of the F1 Esports series on Xbox One. A brilliant drive, and I've got to say a perfect performance for him, as Evo comes in second place with the fastest lap of the Grand Prix as well. Alonso's going to come home in P3, just ahead of TR Limitless, and I've got to say, Limitless maybe should have pitted a little bit earlier. That may be in question, we'll have to wait and see. Ryan, though, a stellar job in P5. Fantastic job from him in the Red Bull, I've got to give him that. Matt, do you want to take us through the rest of the field? Yeah,
so we have him in P5, Flying Finn down in P6, something we definitely don't say very often, but Noble 2909, unfortunately I think he made a bit of a mistake right at the very... No, sorry, he pitted, didn't he? So he comes through, the 5-time AOR champion, down in just P8 there. Obviously a very, very interesting race on the whole, but he was only just able to beat Tiamat Marduk there. He comes through P9 with So Kinky and Icebergs all over the back of him, yeah, through that final corner there. So Kinky pushes Icebergs nearly into the wall. Very, very aggressive between the pair of them there. But yeah, overall, a very, very interesting race on the whole. So many different changes throughout. You know, we had the wet period, the dry period, and two times during the middle where anything could happen. But yeah, absolutely crazy on the whole. A brilliant, brilliant race to commentate over.
And there's your podium, and there is your race winner. Lee wins it, and he's going to be happy. The Renault team, look at them, they're all happy.